let's be honest, I've neglected this lawn, or this side yard to be exact. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fix it today. We're gonna rehab it, put down some cool season grass, some rye seed, nothing too specific. So let's get to work. So first step we're gonna do is we're gonna bag everything up just to minimize the debris that's in the lawn. So let's get to it. Got that taken care of, and that's just to minimize any obstructions and, like I said, any debris that's left on the lawn, like leaves, sticks, stuff like that. Plus it'll help the seed get closer to the ground. Excuse my heavy breathing. But now what we're gonna do, we're gonna run a little spike aerator, a little hand aerator, to help loosen up some of the dirt so the seed can adhere better to the ground as well. And then also just so it becomes a closer soil to seed contact. So we'll be using this right here. Nothing too fancy. It's just called a garden weasel. You can pick this up at Home Depot. It's got little spikes, so you just run it. You don't have to put any pressure on it. You just run it back and forth, kind of aerate and loosen up the soil as well. Care of. Now the ground is pretty soft. We had some rain, thankfully, like Thursday morning. Today's Saturday, so 2 days ago. And it's still pretty wet. The sun hasn't come out, so the lawn's pretty soft. The dirt is pretty soft, so it makes that garden weasel spike aerator cultivator work very easily. So today what we're going to be using, Pennington annual rye grass seed. Okay, I'm not sponsored by them. It has a 95% germination rate, and the tag itself, so let's see, always read your tag to know what you're getting in here. So you're getting 48.20 Gulf annual ryegrass and 41.10 Western Sky annual ryegrass. And they both come from Oregon. Also, the tag kind of ripped off, but it's 90% seed and a little bit of inert matter with, I think they fertilized this one, and that's what makes it up. But honestly, the Pennington ryegrass, or the Pennington line, just in general, I've got great results out of any Pennington product that I've used as far as seed wise. So we're gonna grab our spreader, we're gonna set it to the dial, put some seed down, and then put some fertilizer down, all right? So now we set our spreader to the setting that it calls for on the set on the bag. It says 14, so we set our spreader to 14, and this is the Edge Guard Mini. So The edge guard is to protect from seed going into the cement or to the other neighbor's yard. So turn it on. As you can see right here, it's on, so it'll keep the seed on this side. Now we got our initial pass down. Now you turn it off. That's the first pass. Finish off this bag. I'm going pretty heavy with it because I want to be able to get some nice coverage for the winter here and get it nice and thick. Passes up and down. I'm gonna do passes left and right as well. I got another bag, and you don't have to do this, but generally if you want you want it to fill in better, you just do multiple passes. So now we just go back and forth. Seed down. Now we're gonna do a fertilizer. It's not in a bag, it's in a Harbor Freight bucket because the bag just allowed humidity last time when I was storing it. Now I guess I did improperly store it. So it's this one. It's the Lesco 15510. And honestly, it has iron as well, slow release as well, so it'll help feed the existing lawn for the warm season, which is a mixture of St. Augustine and a little bit of Bermuda and stuff like that. Which, once getting ahead of myself, once we get to the warm season, I'm gonna reseed this with Bermuda because the annual Rye Grass is gonna die off once we hit a constant temperature, higher temperatures. So it'll die off, it'll brown out, and then we'll put Bermuda. And Bermuda loves full sun, which we'll get whenever the sun's out in this area. But let's put this fertilizer down. This will be my starter fertilizer, 15510 Lesco, okay? That might be a little too much in the hopper, but we're gonna set it to 6 on the setting. And whatever we don't use, we're gonna put back in our bucket, close it up, store it, make sure it's dry, so we can keep using it on the rest of our lawn. So yeah. And again, you'll turn on the edge guard, do a perimeter pass, and then do the in-between passes. Now you don't have to be free with it. Don't spread it liberally because this can burn your grass, all right? If you don't water it in. So just do as what's recommended on the bag. So it says do a perimeter pass and then spread it out evenly with the 2 passes, okay? And then that's it. Don't go heavy on it. that's it for the fertilizing. So as you see, I have a bunch left over. Don't waste it. Put it back in the bucket. Close this back up. If you're looking for nice buckets, cheap buckets, Harbor Freight, man. They come with lids now, which when I saw it, I was like, that's amazing. As you can see, I was struggling there to open it. That's how good of a seal they make. So, good. Now you may say, Johnny, we have the seed down. We have the fertilizer down. What do I do now? Do I just leave it? No. What you're gonna do, is you're gonna take your blower, anything that might have fell onto the concrete or on the sidewalks, blow it off into the grass. Once you do that, we're gonna water it in, all right? So let's grab our blower, blow any fertilizer, any seed, so it doesn't go to waste, into the grass. Let's grab our hose. Let's water this. Let's put some water on this to activate the fertilizer and start stimulating the seed. Now what we're gonna do, since I got rain coming up, the watering is gonna be a little bit off because the rain's gonna do the job. But if we don't get rain, we're gonna maintain the seed nice and hydrated and moist, okay, so it can start sprouting. Generally with the Pennington stuff, on the Rye Grass, you're gonna see germination within 5 to 7 days, okay? So let's recap on what we did today, what we got accomplished. This is the first part. We mowed it down to the lowest possible to get better seed to soil contact, right? Next, we aerated the lawn, cultivated it a little bit just to get some air and nutrients back into the ground, into the soil. Next, we overseeded with annual ryegrass, and then we fertilized it with a starter fertilizer with a 15510 Lesco 15510, sorry, that's the name of the fertilizer, and then we watered it in. So now where to go from here? So if you're overseeding, you have to maintain that seed nice and watered, nice and moist, so you can get that germination. So obviously if you can water two times a day to keep that seed nice and moist, that'll give you better results. Now if you got some rain coming in and your area doesn't flood and the seed doesn't wash off, you can do that. So in the next part, I'll show you results, or I'll show you once it starts to germinate. I'll bring you out here and I'll show you the little seedlings that start to germinate. For the meantime, if you find this video helpful, if you're looking to overseed for the fall season for the cold winter grass and you're in Texas or any southern states, or if you're just wanting to repair some spots, hopefully this video helped you. If you haven't followed us yet, follow us on Instagram. I'll link everything down below. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. It doesn't hurt. You know, we're trying to reach 600 subscribers by the end of the year. We just started November, so we got about 2 more months. I think November, December, 1 month. All right, let's try to reach 600 subscribers. We're not too far from it, okay? But I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for sticking around. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.